All right. So yes, as I said, thank you once again for joining me, gents.
Thank you
Thank
for
you very
having
much.
us. Thank
All
you for
right.
having us.
All right. Cool. Without getting too much into things, as you'll see, the questions speak more or less about who you guys are. I like making interviews as much as relatable as possible, so that people don't feel like they need to thumb suck any answers. You know, these are things that you guys are well versed into answering.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure.
And I'm sure this is a individual question. You know, each person can give their own rendition. But what was your first watch that you ever got? Did you buy it yourself, or who got it for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, my first ever watch was a Justin watch from Small Street, Johannesburg,
There we go.
and and it's a watch that I bought myself. I'm very proud of that watch. And it was I still think about it from time to time.
You feel like
Yeah,
awesome. I'm guessing it
for
was.
me, it was actually a bit more. I got a toy watch as a child from my dad. He got it for me. And it's just a watch that I still have. Doesn't work, doesn't haven't used it in forever, doesn't fit me anymore, but just very sentimental for me. Yeah, since I was a child, I've had that watch.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then and then from then on in, what since you guys have got your first watches at different ages in your life, what made you still like what made you still like or love having a timepiece? Be it having two on both wrists or be just having one at a specific wrist.
That's a
Uh,
great question.
that's a good question. I think we just kind of naturally were inclined to the craft of it. I think there's a
Okay.
level of respect where you understand that it's actually not the easiest thing to do. And I think we were lucky enough to have an interest in it really early on to say, actually, how do watches get made? And then sort of went down that rabbit hole and we're like, oh, okay, this is actually to some degree, we'd say an art on its own.
Mm.
And then I think we just naturally had that kind of inclination towards it, just a personal interest, really. And it just grew over time for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely would agree. And just to also to add on to that, your question about one or two watches. I mean, it really is up to you. Sometimes I feel like a two watch kind of guy on
Yes.
some days, but on most days I'm usually a one watch kind of guy. So it just depends on how you want to style it. And yeah, but me personally, I'm more of a one watch on my left wrist kind of person. So yeah.
So are you guys siblings? Are you guys family? How did you guys discover each other?
Yeah, well, Tsakani and I actually met in high school in grade nine, and we've been good friends ever since. I'd consider him a brother, although he's not family, but we've known each other for a very long time. And when we came up with this concept of the DA, just so you know, we were actually together at the same time, and we just thought, hey, why don't we talk about the thing that we love, which is horology and time and watches. So yeah, I mean, I've known Tsakani for a long time, and this is what we do together. Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
better?
literally just 10 plus years of friendship has led to this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're very close.
Yes.
Yeah.
so it's called horology.
Well, the industry, yes, is a horology. The study of time is someone that you call a horologist. So
Yes.
the timepieces fall under or watches fall under the category of
Of
horology.
horology. But
Yes.
we,
Beautiful.
as ourselves, the way we name ourselves is we are called the Dial Watch Club.
All
That's
right.
who we are, and that's how you would find us on YouTube and on our socials as well. The Dial Watch
Oh,
Club.
all right, cool. And then, so what does a timepiece mean as a self-loving man, and what is the concept of time from your perspective?
Wow, that's really a really good question. I think for me, as a person that is self-loving, the way you put it is a great way. Is I think for me, having a timepiece on my wrist speaks to my personality and my sense of style. And actually, when we started this channel, we um, review watches that suit us. So, for example, I would review a certain watch that I resonate with, and Sakani would review a watch that he resonates with as well. And collectively, we come across with positive points that we find about every single watch we review. Now, to answer the second part of your question, the concept of time, in my perspective, is for me, I see time as freedom and freedom to go everywhere, anywhere you want, freedom to interact with people, freedom to travel, to make memories, and to create new experiences.
All right.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with his first point for sure. That's how we see timepieces in general. And for me personally, perspective-wise, I think time is all about choice. You know, you decide what you do with your time, right? And how we say whether you're going to have a good time or a bad time is depending on your attitude and how you look forward in your own personal life and everything that you're going through. So I think it's more about how you choose to use the time that you have.
Time is of the essence.
Time is of the
Yes,
essence,
yes,
100%.
yes, of
And
course.
sometimes a good timepiece to go along with it can help you with that.
Yeah.
Like
That's what
that.
we believe.
And then
Yes.
who put you on the watch game specifically?
Well, growing up for me, my dad always used to wear watches around me, so I've always been curious about that. And when I grew up and I started going to high school, I started watching a lot of other creators on YouTube talk about the watch industry, although they were from across the pond overseas. But that's how I got into the watch game. I think seeing my father wearing watches around the house or wherever we used to go and watching YouTube, yeah, it really accentuated or propelled my love for watches.
And for me, my dad as well. I just saw, and many in my family, I just saw watches around. It was just a thing that I just noticed for some reason. And I would like, try on my dad's watches when he's not looking, those kind of things, and try and be like him in a sense. And obviously putting on his watches made me realize actually I really, really like this thing. At the
Yeah.
time, I didn't know really what I was doing. And yeah, now it's led us to this point, I think. Yeah, for sure.
And then do you guys still of the notion of your watch must match your belt and your belt must match your shoes?
No, oh no. I think that's a old school way of thinking. I mean, it works for some, it does work, but I think there's a lot more now to offer, and there's this element of self-expression that I think, a watch can actually add to your appearance, add to your style, add to what you're trying to represent. So no, definitely there's no need to think, okay, well, if my belt is brown, then my watch strap has to be brown. I believe that's an old way of thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's all.
for sure. I definitely agree. I mean, your watch represents your personality, as Tsakani said. So if you feel like wearing black but wearing a pink watch, go ahead. No one's really stopping you, and watches are a form of self-expression.
Aye. And then I saw this is something that you guys touch on regularly, but uh, what is the top five most underrated watch brands? Because everybody knows what is a Rolex, everybody knows what is a Breitling, but
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
what is the top five most underrated brands? Because you might find that they're
Yeah.
much more cheaper because of nobody buys them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a good question. So the main point of our channel as well, we love to push something that we call in the watch industry micro brands. So basically, that's the little guy. That's most people that don't know about these kind of watches. So a good micro brand or a good underrated watch brand for us is a lot of them are in Africa. And for one, there is a watch brand maker based in Ghana called Caveman Watches, and they
Okay.
make pretty cool watches that are affordable.
Yeah, very affordable, high quality, high standard. Definitely up there with the so-called competition, which is pretty big. And I think another one we speak about a lot on the channel, we've actually had them a few times, is an Italian watchmaker called Venenzianico.
Yes, I saw
They
that.
are very much affordable, and their quality is honestly really up there with the very best. Another one I think would probably be Baltic watches from France as well. Small micro brand, a very nice brand that I resonate with personally because the actual founder of that company, funny enough, he relates a lot of his history and his brand to his father, and that's something that I resonate with a lot.
Yeah.
And then I think other one, could be a South African, actually, a South African watch brand called Two Watch Co. They make amazing chronographs and field watches. And I would then say another South African watch brand called